أنا حتى هلا في شيء بس ما بعرف إذا بدي وحدة شيء يعني على أساس اليوم الجمعة بكرة بس السبت اجت هلا السبت يمكن شيء ما بعرف إذا السبت اجت الأحد ما عندي شيء لا صار كل جمعة بروح إنه رجعت على الشغل رجعت على الشغل لأنه بس يوم الجمعة ما بيصير فأغراض السبت عم تجي السبت عم تجي بس ما إذا إجت السبت الأحد أنا بينهم إذا ما إجت السبت شوفي هلا بكون على الشغل لأنه أنا بسهولة ما بشتغل الشغل والله ما بعرف شو أقول الأحد بكرة عشان الأمطار كثير على فكرة اكتشف عامل زيادة أنا شغال ما بعرف بس إن شاء الله والله لازم إن شاء الله والله كل إنسان والله مريض يعني عافية واحد واجب واجب طبعا إن شاء الله إن شاء الله بس نشوف ما بعرف شو بيكون مرة يشوفوا يوم الأحد شلون ما بعرف الأحد الماضي كان قاعد على الشغل عم يستنى الورقة التسجيل بس عم اقول لك انه كان هذاك الاسبوع اللي لسه ما واصل هذا هي البرنامج هلا لو وصلوا امبارح لحتى رجع على الشغل صار له اسبوع من الشغل قاعد في البيت عم يستنى كان ما بصير يشتغل هلا بيكون رجع بس لا امين وصلنا بعشي هلا وبعدين رجع للشغل هلا ما عم تجيب دعم الحمد لله الله وفاك وفاك لازم مين عم يدرس تجويد؟ برافو وين هذا الشيء؟ يعني يجي بكير قبل قصدي؟ اللحم على 9:30 صحيح إذا تأخرت عم قل لك شلون بدي لحمك يجي معك 9 مثلا جلوب 9:30 12 ما بلحق لا ما بلحق ما بلحق بعكس طريقي والله بجيب له شو لو هون عندي بالجامع لو عاملينها هون بجيب هون عندنا يعني لو هون عاملينها مثلا بجيب بقعد اتدرب شوي عم قل لك انا صعب علي هالجمال بس يلا تسلم وين الأنس وين راحت وين عم قاصد
الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. ألف لام ميم ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون أولئك على هدى من ربهم وأولئك هم المفلحون إن الذين كفروا سواء عليهم أأنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون ختم الله على قلوبهم وعلى سمعهم وعلى أبصارهم غشاوة ولهم عذاب عظيم. الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. ومن الناس من يقول آمنا بالله وباليوم الآخر وما هم بمؤمنين يخادعون الله والذين آمنوا وما يخدعون إلا أنفسهم وما يشعرون في قلوبهم مرض فزادهم الله مرضا ولهم عذاب أليم بما كانوا يكذبون. الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله سمع الله لمن حمده الله 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 أكبر الله أكبر الله سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله الله أكبر السلام عليكم ورحمة الله السلام عليكم. Yeah, because I don't know if people are going to be here, so I wanted to get it.
Yeah, no, I just want to ask you.
Yeah.
I just want to know what are the final exam dates for the ARB and
Dates and then.
I think it ends around the end of March and in November, but exams are going to be really hard.
Yeah, what do you have?
I might get the text, but I don't have it in a
Well, we can try to push for the case.
So I can give it tomorrow. If not, then I guess I'm going to text them, but I just-
It should. Yeah, it should.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. So we should start posting. We have 3 viewers. So, how was the midterm? Any feedback? Pretty easy? Seemed easy? Okay, alhamdulillah, seemed easy. That's good to hear. Alhamdulillah. Did the questions seem to resemble the homework? Very closely? MashaAllah. In fact, they resemble the questions so closely to the homework that the entire thing was your homework. In case you didn't notice. They were just directly from the homework. Anyone who did the homework right, they could do the midterm right. So, yes.
We need a lot more room to write.
I totally agree with you. Yeah, that was a mistake. We had 2 people actually read it, and we forgot to check for room to write. So inshallah, next on the final, it will have a lot of space, inshallah, and lines and everything. So we'll get that fixed. Any other feedback on the midterm? When are you going to be graded? Probably within a week or two, inshallah. But all the answers are actually online. Right? Do you know how? Because they're from the homework. So the midterm is 100% from the homework. And all the homework answers were online. So you have all the answers actually to the midterm. Chapter 5 was not online?
But then that was just.
It was like 2 questions or something. 5, 6, inshallah. It'll be online. It will be online by the end of the week. Yeah, we'll return it to. Yeah, we'll return it to inshallah in a week or two. Inshallah. Okay, so we left off at 5.3, right? I think we finished 5.3. Is that correct? Yes. Okay, so we're moving on to 5.4. Alright, so we already saw how we make a verb into feminine. Right, so now let's move on to 5.4. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah. Okay, so exercise 5.3 we did, try 4. So the example is Ma kharaja Musa min Makkah. Right, which means Musa did not leave Makkah. Right? So, ma, we already know. Right? We learned how to negate a verb. Wait, did we learn this or not? No, we didn't. Okay, we know kharaja Musa min Makkah. We learned this already, right? So, kharaja means to leave. Musa means, it's a name. Min means from. And Makkah, city of Makkah. So now what we're learning is we're learning how to negate a past tense verb. Okay, so we already knew how to do a past tense verb, how to write one. Now kharaja is one of those. Now we learn this thing called ma. Okay, so all we need to do is we add a ma before the past tense verb in order to negate it. So if we said kharaja Musa, min Makkah, it would mean Musa left from Makkah. If we put a ma in front of the kharaja, it means Musa did not leave Makkah. That's all it means. So that's pretty much that's all it means. So very simple. We've learned the word ma before, right? Have you seen the word ma? Where did you see the word ma? Ma hada, ma dhalika, right? So the word ma has a ton of meanings in Arabic. So now how are you going to figure out which ma is this and which ma is that one? Well, usually the context is going to tell you, but in this case it's actually quite simple. If you see a ma before a past tense verb, you know it's negating it. Right? And if you see a ma before a haza or a zalika, you know that it's asking a question. Right? So you can figure it out. There's a way to figure it out, so don't get confused. So one word can have several meanings. So this is quite straightforward, actually. So words can have more than one meaning. Okay, and that's a big problem that a lot of beginning students have. Is they think that the one meaning that they learned, it must be that. So if they're reading a text and they see a word that's used in a different context, they can't understand it because they think. Take this one now. I don't know. Remember back Thursday? Okay. So, getting back to this,
Upside down.
it's upside down. Strange. It's upside down for me. Okay, I'm writing upside down now. Okay. Turn this around. Hopefully nothing breaks. Okay. Alright, so ma kharaja. So all we gotta do is add a ma, right, before a verb. So what is a past tense verb that we learned besides kharaja? What was that? Dakhala. Right, so we take dakhala, right? Dakhala, which means what? Who entered? She entered? He entered, okay. If I put dakhala Muhammad, so Muhammada or Muhammadu? Muhammadun, good. Alright, so what does this mean? Muhammad entered. And if I add a ma here, Muhammad did not enter. That's all you gotta do. Very simple, right? So that's it. So you learn that one word can have more than one meaning, and ma is one of those words. Okay? For the verb kharaja, it's a preposition min. So we learned this new word min, which means from. So this is a preposition, and it acts just like other prepositions in the way that it causes the following word to become kasra. So we've learned this before. So if I say min, and then I say the word rajul, what should be the thing at the end? Min rajul lin, right? And if I say min and, oh, here's the trick. So if I say min and I put ar-rajul, what happens? There's no tanween, correct. So it would be min ar-rajuli. But there's one more trick here. That is, when you have two sukoons in a row, what normally happens? The first one will normally become what? Kasra, exactly. So we have min, just wait. We have min, right? And then let's take the word al-bayt. Okay? Min al-bayt. So this should be min al-bayti. We understand why, right? So min al-bayti. Now the thing is, this is a sukoon, and this is a sukoon. And normally we said that this will become a kasra. The first sukoon will become a kasra. But this is the one exception to the rule. Do you know why it's an exception to the rule? Because minil bayti just sounds a little bit weirder to the average ancient Arab ear than minal bayti. They said minil just feels weird. So we're going to say minal. And this is the one exception. Okay? So. Let's plug it in and see what happens. Computer does not explode, then inshallah everything's going to be fine. Alright, so min. So for example, if I say min Makkah, what should Makkah say at the end? Min Makkah, T or tin. T or tin? Tin. I hear a tin on this side, and I hear a T on this side. And I hear a Makkata on this side. It's min Makkata, right? Because we learned that the word Makkah is one of those words which cannot take on those things. So you have to be careful of that. Okay? What if I say min Musa? Okay? So does it become Musi? No? Because it doesn't change, right? Min Musa. Good. So we got that. That's all the min does. It's very simple. Okay, and keep in mind that if the word does not take a kasra, which is غير منصرف, then it takes a fatha instead. And Just get plugged in before our laptop dies here. This just didn't work, unfortunately. خير إن شاء الله. All right. So it takes a fatha instead, like Makkah. Okay, let's do exercise 5.4. Number 1. The disbeliever, we're going to translate the following into Arabic, making sure to write out all the vowels and signs. So do it, we're not going to do it out loud anymore because the exercises are getting harder. You need a little bit more time to think about them. So do it on paper, do it in front of you. It didn't work. That one? Does anyone have a computer charger, laptop charger in their pocket?
What's that?
No? One that works for a Fujitsu Live Book?
Check in the back.
Check your back pocket, Michelle.
No, not my back.
Oh, in the back? Okay, back. Check the back of the book. Okay. Okay, so let's look at number 1. Number 1, the disbeliever, female, did not hear Allah. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure you know the vocabulary, right? So how do you say the disbeliever, female? The disbeliever. Al-kafiratu, right? Did not hear. How do you say did not hear? Ma sami'at, because it's feminine, right? Ma sami'at, and Allah is Allah, right? So now how do we structure this sentence? So we say, what comes first, the way that we've learned it so far? The verb comes first or the noun comes first? Verb, in a verbal sentence, right? So we say ma sami'at, sami'at al-kafira. Now is it 2 or ta or t? 2. Why? It's the subject of the verb. Good. Al-kafiratu, and then? Okay, then we write, do we need a preposition? Do we need min? Do we need ala? Do we need ila? No. Okay. So we write the word Allah. Okay. Now, fatha, kasra, or dhamma? Dhamma? Fatha. Why? Object of the verb. Okay. So fatha. So ma sami'at al-kafiratu Allah. Okay. One little adjustment we need to make here. Does anyone know what it is? Okay, raise your hand if you know the adjustment. Too many people speaking at once. Yes. Yes, exactly. We need a kasra here because 2 sukuns in a row. Exactly. Very good. Okay. So that's number 1. Number 2. The earth did not create a person. The earth did not create a person. So let's look at the words. The earth. How do you say that? Al-ard. Right? Did not create. Ma khalaqa. And you can figure out if it's masculine or feminine later. A person. How do you say person? Insan. Okay. Now figure out how to write the sentence. Without looking at what I'm writing. You write and then you look after you're done.
Why double the fatha in the insan?
We're gonna see inshallah in a moment. Okay. Who got what I got? Nobody. Okay. Oh, one person.
With all those things?
Yeah, with all these things. No. So either I made a mistake or something else happened. So ma khalaqat. Okay. Al-ardu. Is the word ard feminine? Yes, it is. Alright, so we need a ta here. Okay? And then there's two sukoons in a row. So I wrote the sukoon here for you to make you understand what's going on. If you remove the sukoon, you get a kasra. Ma khalaqatil ardu. The earth did not create what? A person. Insanan.
It's not insan, but it's not kasra instead of.
But why not kasra? Because it's the object of the verb. Object always has kasra. Okay. Questions? Yes. Why is it not insanun? Oh, al-ardu. Why is it not al-ardun? Oh, because it's khalaqat with the sukoon first, and then when you have two sukoons in a row, the first one turns into a kasra. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Why isn't it Insanun?
Why is it
Insanun.
insa? Why is it not insanun? Because let's look at the meaning of the sentence, right? The earth did not create a person. Okay, so the action is defined for me. The action is what? Create. That's the action. Who's doing the creating? The earth. Who's receiving the act of creation? Insan. So the object of the verb is always has a fatha. That's what. Okay. Any other questions? Good. Next one.
In insanan, can we just put a moon and put double kasra on it?
No, you have to have alif.
It's confusing. Sometimes you could see it, sometimes you need to.
So this is actually for your benefit. So the fact that you have an alif there makes it clear that this is the object of the verb. That's the whole point of it, actually.
Actually, Sister Sana explained this thing that you should think of it that there are too many pathas, so it needs a stool to sit on. That's why you put alif after that. Arabic.
Okay, you can think of it that way. You can think of it
Too
that
much
way.
weight for the.
Too much weight for it. Okay, yeah, that works. Yeah, so, alright, did we find the charger? No?
Maybe.
Well, once you start checking, because we're literally going to die in like a few minutes. So, really?
Yeah.
Is it your generic charger?
1942.
Alright. In the meantime, do the rest of the exercises. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Start writing them down.
It doesn't matter so long as the kasra, the dhamma, and the fatha are in its right places, respectively, but it will still mean the same thing.
You mean if the object and the subject are flipped?
So no, for example, two, Sami'at Allah.
Yeah, that's another way. There's another way of writing the sentence where you put the subject of the verb before the verb.
But so long as the kasra, dhamma, and fatha are still in the same spots, or still in the same words.
There's a different way to do it. So we're going to learn that later, inshallah. We're going to learn that later.
Oh, no, that's it. This is the only other one, but it's a little bit less than the others.
I have a universal supply with like 18 tips. Do you want me to go get it? It will take me about 15, 20 minutes to get it from my home.
No, we're going to use the other laptop.
What happened to the supply for this one? It's not working.
Huh?
What, the original one that came with
There
it?
is no mouse.
Oh, there is, of course. There is.
Huh? It's very good. So I'm getting feedback from online students that the midterm was very easy. Just a little long. So I just thought I would share that with you. All right. About 90% still. Any suggestions? Yeah, inshallah. Yeah, yeah. Well, let's set it up first.
Okay.
Okay. In the meantime, let's continue. So, number 3. Maryam did not enter the mosque. Okay. Who thinks they got it right? Yes, Bismillah. ما دخلت مريم المسجد. Da. Good. Maryam did not enter the mosque. ما دخلت مريم المسجد. Perfect. Number 4. Who thinks they got it right? Bismillah. Oh, question, yeah.
You don't put tanween on Maryam because it's one of the names that doesn't take tanween.
Exactly. Maryam does not take tanween because it's one of the ones that doesn't take. Okay, number 4, anyone? No one? Yes, Yusuf. Say it louder again. ما خرجت فاطمة المدينة. Very good attempt. Inshallah. A really good attempt. But there's a mistake. Anyone tell me what the mistake is? Yes. You're almost closer than him. So she said, ما خرجت فاطمة من المدينة. One little mistake. Huh? من المدينة. Yes. Mina, yeah, exactly. Okay. So now, Yusuf, did you see your mistake?
Yeah, but why do you put min?
So there's the question. So why do you put min instead of putting the object directly? Because the word